Hi all, today we are going to demonstrate how to set up a DevSecOps pipeline in AWS. It is very cool project. So we use AWS DevOps related services and third party syncs DevSecOps service. First of all, introduce ourselves. Me and my buddy Fawaz do this cool project. We both meet in AWS Community Builder program. I work in Dubai as an IT engineer. Fawaz, over to you. Introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Lasantha, for the big introduction. So myself, Fawaz, and I'm also the DevOps engineer. We both are the AWS community builder. And today in this project, Lasantha will explain you what we are going to do by showing the architecture. And I will be going through with the demonstration. So Lasantha, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Pawan. Okay, now I'm going to describe architecture diagram. This very cool project, and now the time DevSecOps is very important and famous because the thing is every organization try to secure their pipeline, their infrastructure, their application because now the time security is more important. That's the reason we select these projects. This project use third-party service name as Sync. That's a DevSecOps service. Likewise, this Zona Queue. First of all, developer push the code to GitHub repository. After that, inside the GitHub repository, we can integrate CI/CD, sometime GitHub actions like this, GitLab CI/CD like this. So many things available. But the thing is, this project we use AWS related services for we call as AWS Dev Tools. First of all, our main source repository available in GitHub. Any person need to do this project, you can use this repository for demonstration purposes. You can read step-by-step guide. And inside the AWS, we firstly create code commit repository. We get the code from GitHub for mirroring. In a Git available command called mirror. We can get mirror from GitHub to code commit, GitLab to GitHub, like this. So many things we can do. After that, inside behind the scene code, after the developer push the code to code commit, automatically run CI/CD pipeline. That's an orchestrate using AWS code pipeline. After that, in between, we integrate this third-party sync service for DevSecOps and code scanning. After that, sync service automatically run. After that, sync scan the code, and if any issue, sync stop the pipeline and give the detailed report. What is the error? What are the dependency issue? Some code issue like this. After that, inside the code build, if sync scan is complete, go into next stage and code build run. Behind the scene code build save the artifact to S3, and inside the code build create Docker image and save it to ECR repository. And after that, we integrate AWS ECS for deployment. Example of likewise EKS, it's a Kubernetes service. Kubernetes is open source, and ECS is AWS related service. AWS also provide EKS, Kubernetes related service, but we use ECS cluster. And we next create task definition and create services, because task definition we mention the manifest. What are the this Docker image we need to, we put ECR repository name here, and after that we create service. And inside the service, we get how many tasks we need. After that, finally deploy to ECX cluster. We can get access this application using public URL. And also behind the scene code pipeline orchestrate everything. First of all, code commit run, next scan run, next code build run, next code deploy run, and save it to deploy to ECS cluster. That's the full infrastructure and architecture. That's all about. And pass over to you, demonstrate.
Okay, Lasantha. So yeah, Lasantha has explained everything in detail by showing the architecture that what we are going to do and what and all the services that we are going to cover. So without any delay, I am heading to the demonstrations part. So let me share my screen. Lasantha, let me know if you're able to see my screen. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
I'm
come.
going to hide. Oh, okay. So this is
Okay.
the GitHub repository that Lasantha has explained. So this is the architecture what he has explained just right now. And all the steps we have written in our GitHub repository. So we will be sharing the link to this repository so you can see the steps and follow the guides to do this project. But before doing this, we should have, or if anybody wanted to do this project, of course, there is some prerequisites. So you must have an AWS account, and also you need to have an GitHub account because all our codes are uploaded in the GitHub. And of course, you need to have the Sning account because this is the tool that we are using to check any kind of vulnerabilities or the bugs in our code. So the services that we are going to cover all of this that Lasantha has already explained. So let's see what is the first step we need to do. First, we need to create a code commit repository. So to create a code commit repository, what we need to do, I'm going to my AWS management console. So I am into the Northern Virginia region. So if you are into different regions, stick with whatever the region that you are practicing. So I always prefer to use the Northern Virginia for my learning purpose. So in the search bar, I'm going to search here code commit and I'm opening that. So we need to create a repository. So creating a code commit repository is a very simple step. What you need to do once you reach this page, click on create repository and give any whatever the name you would like to. So I'm going to name this DevSecOps repo. Then the description also I'm going to give the same name. That's it, and you can click on create. So these steps I have updated in, or we have updated in our GitHub also in detail with the braces and the rectangle boxes in red color. So you can follow in that. So once the code commit repository has been created, the next step we need to clone the repository. So this is the repository what we are having right now here. So we need to clone this into our code commit repository. To do that, so you can copy this command from here. Then what you need to do, the code commit repository has been created. So in the right in middle, you can see a icon, right? This is called Cloud Shell. So if you go here, it will show Cloud Shell. So what you need to do, click on right click and open that in a new tab, and it will open the Cloud Shell terminal. We can use this Cloud Shell terminal in order to clone the repository right now. So it is initializing. We have to wait for a few seconds. Okay, so I am going to zoom this so that you can see this easily. So right now I'm into the Cloud Shell terminal and whatever the code which I have copied, right? So I'm just pasting it over here. So this is what you need to do. Git clone and paste the URL of the code, the GitHub repository. Then just enter. Then it will ask you to enter the username of your GitHub, where you can get the username. So if you go to GitHub, I'm going to open this in another like just to show you how you can get the username. So this is my GitHub account and I'm going to click on my profile in the top right corner. So I'm going to click on your profile and you can see the name Fawaz CP. So what I do, I just copy this and paste it like this. Sorry. Then it is asking the password. Where it is not your GitHub password, we need to generate a token. So to generate a token, what you need to do, so I have updated the steps to generate the token also. So if you click on your profile name in the GitHub account and in the below, you can see the settings and where you can see, I'll be showing you that, okay, this is my profile. So I'm going to the settings and if you scroll down into the bottom, you can see the developer settings. Click on that as well. Now you can see the personal access token. So here we need to create a token. So we are going to create a token classic. Then what you need to do, I am going to generate a new token. So the two options is available. One is beta and another one is classic. So we wanted to create token for this classic option. So I have to authenticate because I have enabled the MFA. So just give me a moment. It is always best practice to enable multi-factor authentication, whatever the account that you are using. Okay, I just entered wrong one. Okay, so just give any name, or if you want to leave that as leave, and select everything. Because this token should have some permission, right? What and all the things that can use for by using this token. So I'm going to select everything and click on generate token. Then it will generate. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to give. Okay, whatever the DevOps token. So you have to give some name over there. I just forgot to give the name. Then click on generate token. So this is the token. So you are not supposed to show this token to anybody. So what I'll do once this project has been completed, at the same moment, I'm going to delete this so nobody will be able to access this token. So I'm going to copy this and go to my Cloud Shell and paste it over here. Then click on enter. And you can see it is got cloned. So when you ls, you can see the AWS SecOps project that we have cloned right now. Let's see what is our next step. Okay, so the next step is going to be we need to push whatever the code that we have cloned into our code commit repository. But before pushing the code, we need to generate a token for the GitHub access for the IAM user as well. So this is the git push command. But if you enter this, it will ask you to enter the username and password for the GitHub IAM user GitHub credentials. So first we will go and create that. So what I will do, I am going to IAM. And you can see the users. So the user I'm using is my name itself. So I'm going to select that user. Then in the third tab or the fourth tab, you can see the security credentials. So if you scroll down towards the bottom, you can see HTTPS Git credentials for AWS code commit, right? So I have already created it, but you can create at a time only two, or I don't know how. Okay, yeah, I think only two you can create. What I'll do, I just delete just to show you how you can create it. So what I'm going to do, click on generate credentials. So it will generate the credentials. So this is the, you have to save this or download this, because if you want to use it for your further, like this can be accessible only one time. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this username, and I have already saved it. So before that, I have to enter the this command git push. Then I'm going to my code commit repository, then copying the URL of my code commit. So you can see the HTTPS git code commit, completely copy that. Then after git push, you just paste it like this. Then click on enter. Now it is okay. Before that, I have to change the directory to this, whatever the repository that we have cloned, right? So now if I do the git push command, it is asking the username and the password. So this is why we have created the credentials for the AWS code commit for our AWS IAM user. So I'm going to paste that and click on enter. Then the password, copy it, then paste it like that. Then click on enter. Then it is going to push all the codes into our code commit repository. So to verify that, what do you do? Click on code commit again and click on repositories. Then you open the repository. You can see all the codes or has been all the repositories has been pushed into our code commit repository. Voila. So the Cloud Shell has been, this is the only use of Cloud Shell in this project. So I'm going to close this terminal and let's see and go to my GitHub and see the next step. So the step two, we need to create an ECR repository. To create an ECR repository, I'm going to my AWS management console again. Then in the search bar, I just search ECR. Then it'll open it in a new tab. So creating an ECR repository, ECR registry is also a very simple step. So I'm not going to show the steps. So let's watch along with me. If you want to do along with me, do it or watch this and do after this. Okay. My internet is working so slow. Click on get started. And we want to keep this repository as private. So what I will do, I just mentioned DevOps ECR. That's it. Just give any name, whatever the name you would like to, then click on create repository. If the repository has been created, then let's see what is our next step. Then the step three, we are going to create the build project. So once we create the build project, we will get some error, but let's see what we can do right now. Just go to the code commit repository page. And if you scroll down, you can see build. Just expand that and click on build project. Then click on create build project. So I'm going to give any name. So the project name is DevSecOps build, I will say. Then the source code is, of course, our code commit repository, and we have to select the repository. This is the repository. And the branch, we have only one branch right now. So I'm going to select that branch. Then expand this additional configuration. That is fine. Then environment management image and the compute is going to be EC2. Then we are going to use the operating system as Amazon Linux, runtime that we want as standard. Then image that I'm going to select the latest one, which is 5.0 here. So we need to enable this flag. So we are going to build the Docker images. So this privilege should be enabled. So I'm going to enable that. And the role name, it will automatically create one role for us. Then I'm going to expand the additional configuration. Then just scroll down. So here we need to add the environment variables. I think we need to add 4 environment variables. So I'm just clicking on add environment variables. Then I'm going to my GitHub repository to see the steps. So I can copy and paste from here. The first thing we are going to AWS default region. So just copy it and make sure there should not be any spaces in the beginning or in the last. So I am in the US Northern Virginia. So which is, if you expand that, you can see US East 1. So I just write it like that. And the next step is AWS account. So you can get your AWS account once you expand this. So I'm not going to show that right to you. So what I will do, I will add that in the later. But what you need to do here, you need to add your AWS account ID. Then the image tag. So the image tag that we are going to use the latest image. So that whenever if we create any new image, you will not need to update anything. So it will take the latest image that we have created. So the repo name, should be our ECR repository name, right? So just now we have created this repository ECR registry, so which is DevOps ECR. So I'm going to copy it and paste it over here. Then scroll down. Then CloudWatch logs you can enable, and the group name I'll say CloudWatch logs or whatever. And the copy it and stream also you can say CloudWatch log stream. So before clicking on create build project, I have forgot to add my account ID. So what I'll do, I'll just stop my sharing so that I don't want to expose my account ID.
Yeah, Pavas, that is good practice because do not expose to a
Yeah,
code of Swiss account ID.
yeah,
In
that is the
now the
reason.
time some person put in the GitHub repository inbuilt the AWS account ID, AWS access keys. That are not good practice.
Exactly, I agree with you, Lasantha. So I have added my account ID, so I'm going to share my screen again. Lasantha, you just add into the
Yeah, yeah, sure.
stream.
Okay. Okay, cool. Let's come in. Do remember one thing after the
Okay, so I have.
after this
Mhm,
demonstration,
okay.
we will put in the link in the GitHub repository link in the description section. You can go through it. Don't worry that you can do it yourself after that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
So
Pawas,
Lasantha,
over to
hope you
you.
are able to see my screen right now. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You see. Yeah.
Okay, so I have added everything. So click on create build project. So the build project is going to get created. So once it got created, we can click on start build. But of course, our build status will get fail. The reason is because I have updated the reason also in the GitHub stuff. So the status that you can see here, it is fail. Why? We have to add the permission for the ECR. By default, the IAM role has been created by the build project or the AWS, but it does not have the permission to connect with the ECR registry. So let's see if the status is in progress. Once it is failed, we are going to add that permission also. So you can get the permission also from here. What you need to do, copy this and go to that IAM role and create an inline policy, then save it. Now, after that, just click on start build, then the status will be success. So I'm waiting until the status is getting success or sorry, the fail. Yeah, as you see, it got failed. You can see the logs also from here. So it doesn't have any ECR permission. That's what it says. So what I'll do, click on build details and you can see the service role. Just click on that service role and it will open the role which has been created for our build project. So what we need to do, click on add permission, then click on create inline policy. And here we need to select the JSON before just loading that. Yeah. So I'm going to select here JSON, remove whatever the things that are here and go to the GitHub and copy this, then paste it like this. Then click on next. Give any policy name that you would like to, DevSecOps ECR policy. Whatever the name you would like to, you can give. So I just give this and click on create policy. Now, if you go to our code commit repository and retry build, it will get success. So once it is getting success, what we can do, let's see the next step. You might get error. It depends on the region that you are using. So what you need to do, you have to add the CloudWatch full log access also, that permission also, which might not necessary. But if you are getting error after adding the ECR permission also, then you have to add this. Then you will not get any error because when I did this, I was in different region. I got this error, but after adding the CloudWatch logs full access, we were able to do it. The build got success. So once the build has been success, if we go to our ECR history, we can see the latest image has been uploaded in the ECR. Next step is we are going to create a pipeline. So to create a pipeline, in the same page, you can see the pipeline here and open that in a new tab. I am going to open it. Just close the unnecessary tabs. So click on create pipeline. Just see what is the status. Yeah, now you see the build project has been successed. So if I go to ECR, then open that registry, you can see the image has been uploaded just right now. So these were that we have completed two steps. The next step we are going to create the pipeline. So I'm going to give this as DevSecOps pipeline new whatever, because I might have given the same name before, so I don't want to get error while creating the role name, right? It will override. So that's it, and click on next. And the source provider, I am going to select the code commit. This is where our code has been uploaded, and the repository name that we are going to select as we did in the build project, right? The same way. So I'm going to select here as code pipeline. You can select the Amazon CloudWatch events, which is the recommended one. I'm not going to select this because I have already utilized the maximum consumption, because while practicing it, I have already selected. Even if I select this while creating this pipeline, I will get some error. So I'm going to choose the AWS pipeline detection options. So that's how you can leave as default and click on next. And the build provider, you can select the code build that we have just created, then select that project name, then environment variables, and have everything we have added in this, so we don't want to edit it again. Just click on next. Deployment stage that we are skipping for now, because we are going to add the deployment stage in the pipeline once the this step or the sync process has been, that we will be doing in the last. So for now, just skip it.
Hello, Pavas. Hello.
Okay. Yes, Lasantha.
In your background, in yourself, come in some background noise. Sorry for disturb. Can you check going?
Oh, how about now? You are able to hear my voice clearly, or still there is any background voice?
No, it's still coming some background noise.
Okay, I don't know about that. Then wait, I'm going to stop my screen.
Okay.
How about now?
Now good. Yeah, now good. Okay,
Okay,
Pavas, over to you. Please continue.
okay. So
Are
I'm
you
going to
screen share? Ah, okay, okay.
I'm going to share that. You can add it to
Okay.
the.
Okay, it's coming. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's visible. Yeah, yeah.
So
You can start now. Yeah, yeah.
okay, yeah. Thank you so much, listener. So we are almost about to create the pipeline here. So I just wanted to review this and just click on create pipeline. Pipeline has been created, and of course the source and build project will get success. So we are not going to do it once again. So meanwhile, what we will do, let's see what is the next step. The step 5, we are going to add the sync stage. So in order to add the sync stage, if you don't have a sync account, you can copy this URL and paste in the new tab. Then it will redirect into the sync official page. From there, you can sign up. If you already have an account, you can log in. You don't need to, because if you don't have an account, you have an option to sign up here. So I'm not going to show that because it is very easy step. So once we like the next step that we wanted to add this new stage in our pipeline. So what we need to do, it is automatically getting success. Let's wait for some time until the build also gets success. And once that is done, you have to click on edit. And you can see add stage. So what I will do, I'm going to add the stage in between build and source. Just click on that and I will say Sning and click on add stage. Next, you need to click on add action group. Then give any name. I'm going to Sning scan. Then the action provider is going to be our code commit. Then select the repository name. Also the branch name. So what this Sning will be doing is, I think Lasantha has already explained. If we are using this to scan all our codes, right? Wait, let me see it. Okay, so yeah, I need to select the Sning actually. So I'm going to say this name is Sning, and the action provider is going to be Sning, not the code commit. And the input artifact is source artifact. This is where I need to select the source artifact. Now we need to connect to the Sning. So I'm just clicking on connect to Sning, and it will open a new tab. So if you have an account, it may ask you to log in. If you have already logged in, then it will be going to the that Sning page. So I have created using the GitHub. So I'm selecting that. Then I have to, okay, I am going to stop my screen sharing.
Okay, Pavas.
So I'm just,
Uh,
yeah,
After the recording, we will put the sync account creation URL and GitHub repository URL and everything in the description section. You can go through it.
correct. So I have added my credentials right now. So what I will do, I will start my sharing screen. Okay, listen, you can add.
Okay, pass over to you. It's coming.
All right. So now, okay. So this is what my Sning account looks like. So I'm going to select this as low, or you can keep it as high also. It based on your requirement. For the learning purpose, I'm going to select just high and just give any name. So I'm going to say DevSecOps scan or Sning. Then click on continue. It is going to get connected with our code commit or the code pipeline. Just wait for some time. It will prompt you to confirm whether you wanted to connect or not. So I'm just clicking on confirm. Then I'm going to, yeah, right now you can see you have successfully authenticated your account. So here you can leave everything as default and click on done. Or else I'm going to say, okay, Sning artifact. Just give any name here. Then click on done. And click on done once again here. Then you have to click on save. So we are going to release the changes so that right now you can see the new stage also has been added in our pipeline. So what this Sning will do, it will check whatever the source code that we have in our code commit repository. The Sning will scan the code and let's check is there any bugs or vulnerabilities or any kind of minor upgradation or something that we can use. So Sning will show you or show you the recommendation part or the show the errors, what and all things that we need to change in the code. So the Sning scan will take a few minutes, I guess, because it is a kind of a lengthy process. It need to check all the codes which are in there in our code commit repository. So after that, the last step is we are going to create an ECS cluster, which is Elastic Container Service available in the AWS. Then we need to create a task definition. Then we will add the deployment stage in our pipeline. So that only one or two steps which are pending. After that, this project will get completed. So I just wanted to have a check with Lasantha. Lasantha, if you wanted to add anything, just add it over here.
Hello, pause.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I need to add this regarding DevSecOps and Sync. These days, so many services available, third party service, but I think so in Sync and AWS work perfectly. We can integrate Syncs in AWS pipeline inside the code pipeline. We can do it. Also, meantime, this architecture, it's a very simple architecture. Not depend on this architecture. You can improve this architecture, add in some AWS services like notification, some manual approval, behind the scene input load balancer, auto scaling group. You can develop it using so many services, but try to learn fundamental things and keep understanding the architecture. That's the good thing. After that, you can improve it using so many services. Also, you don't need to use AWS service. You can use some Jenkins, likewise some CI/CD providers, GitLab, CIDC, so many services there. Meantime, Power's pipeline is success. I need to Powers, can you goes to ECR registry, ECS registry, ECR
Uh,
registry? Okay,
okay. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Can you refresh it in a refresh icon?
Okay. So you want to open this and see the images. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. See, in there inside the Docker, we use this one called immutable infrastructure. That's the reason every time Docker create new image, every time we create run Docker build, uh, every time this create new image. That's the reason this old one going to dangling image. We call dangling image, and new one rename as the latest one. That's the reason in powers every time this latest image choosing this build spec camel. After this session, powers will after this demonstration, powers will show the code build spec camel. You can
Yeah.
see in we mentioned this one latest image we use every time like this.
Correct. I think I can show it right now also because this creating will take some time. So the build spec YAML it is there, which is available in your code commit repository also because we have already pushed everything.
Okay.
So this is the build spec YAML that we have mentioned everything. Yeah. So listen, I hope you are able to see this.
Yeah, yeah, I can see this. You can see in a build place. You can see we build the latest image. We put latest tag here. Now the time means
Yes.
AI is very important and famous. You can use AI to understand the concept. You can uh, use AI to ask about like ChatGPT and ask about what are the command we use in build spec YAML. He described everything. What is the stages and everything. Also, you can use some AWS documentation. The main thing learn AWS or whatever thing go through the main documentation. AWS having great and awesome documentation. We can use that one to understand the concept. You can see in the build place we use a docker build and repository name and use as a latest image tag. That's the reason we use latest one. Also keep remember one thing, you use something like this builds code pipeline or GitHub action pipeline like this anything. Don't put in your account ID, your GitHub secret and any sensitive or whatever credentials in the code, because some person get your code means it's harm your account like this. and don't put now that I'm digging in GitHub also having some secret. We can put secret also in AWS having environment variable, also AWS inside having
Mm.
AWS secret manager or something. We can put secret here and get it from the AWS service like this. And that's all about Pavas. Over to you.
Okay, so right now our Sning got failed. So let's see why it got failed. You can see that just by clicking on view in Sning. So it will show you what is the error or why our Sning stage got failed. So if you scroll down, you can see it from here itself. Okay. So the high severity is like we have the Python pipe or the Flask that we are using 2.0, not 0. This is the version that we are using right now. And what this is saying is upgrade this Flask version to 2.2.5 or 2.32 or higher. So right now, this is our version. I'll be showing you where you can see that. So if I am going to my code commit repository and if I open my repo, inside that you can see all the codes which are we have pushed or the clone from the GitHub. Then under requirement.txt, you can see Flask 2.0.2. But what Sning is telling, upgrade this into 2.2.5 or 2.3.2. What we will do, upgrade this into 2.2.5. To do that, I will go here, click on edit, then just remove it and paste it like this. In order to commit the changes, you need to add your email or address. Just give any random name and click on commit the changes. And now the Sning will scan this code again. So it will see there is no any other vulnerability, then it will get success. But that also will take some time. So we don't want it to do that again because I'm sure that it will get success. What you can do, just click on retry stage this again or click on release the changes once again so that your Sning will also will get success and will also get created and the new image is going to be updated in the ECR registry. So what we'll do, we'll go to go and see our next step that we wanted to create the ECS cluster. To create the ECS cluster, that is also very easy step. So I'm going to search here as ECS, which is as a container service, and opening that into a new tab. Yeah, it is scanning, but I don't want to do that. I'm just clicking on stop execution. Let's wait for this. Okay, so let's wait. It is automatically creating another pipeline again.
Okay, boss, no issue. You can use and continue this create ECS cluster because you can use latest image in Docker build. No issue. Meanwhile,
Yeah, yeah, I can create the cluster by while creating the task definition, I might get some error or creating the service, right? So that's why I don't want it
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah. That's
create the
true. That's
pipeline.
true.
Anyway,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, big. Okay, anyway, I'm going to create the cluster. I'm into the ECS interface and click on create cluster. Just say any name DevSecOps ECS. Then that's it. Just give it the name and click on create. So here we are selected as AWS Forget because this is the serverless one. We don't need to worry about or we don't need to manage the server. AWS will take care of all the things. So just click on create and the ECS will get created. You can see this in progress and if you want to see the entire progress, you can click on view in cloud formation and you can see it over there also. Just wait for some time and also see what is happening in our pipeline.
Yes, Pavas. Uh,
Our
in the
cluster
behind
has
the
been created.
scene,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. In the behind the
Mm-hmm. Go
scene
ahead.
creation ECX cluster in cloud formation templates is running. Now the time is
Yes.
infrastructure as cloud is very famous, and every person try to use infrastructure as service tool, because now the time Terraform and cloud formation, Azure Bicep, like why so many services there. Behind the scene, AWS use cloud formation. Now ECS
Hmm.
cluster is created. Okay, Paul, so what do you?
Yeah. No, I just want you to explain about the Fargate service also because listening also will get some time. So we have to wait for few seconds or few minutes. So if you can explain Fargate service to the audience, that would be helpful.
Yeah, yeah, cool, pass. Because AWS manage every services and everything, but behind the scene, we can use inside the ECS deployment. We can use two option, like guys, EC2 option or Fargate option. Now, no time Fargate means that is use serverless option. We can no need to worry about servers, and AWS manage everything, and we need to select what are the image we need to push, what are the requirements, what CPU, what memory likewise, and we need to mention these things only. After that, AWS manage everything, because behind the scene not run, not show anything in an EC2 or something, because inside the EC extraction we use on demand EC2 option. We can see in the EC2 some instances created or not, like this. That's all about serverless. Serverless is a huge topic now. The time many services available in AWS, also Azure, any cloud platform given a serverless option like Lambda functions and step function like this. So many services there, API gateway like this. In future, we try to do in one project regarding serverless, regarding some serverless REST API and like this, and we pass over to you.
Okay,
Another
that
thing
is a
need
very
to
good
do,
information.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Another thing I want to talk, and in now sync is success. That the reason we use sync like this service, because inside the that pipeline we integrate sync automatically scan the our source code and test whether this source code having any vulnerability. Example of this Python plus version 2.02 is vulnerable or something. Sync stop the pipeline with this stage. After that, we update the new version is pipeline success. That's the reason like this service use, because this project we use a Python plus framework and use some simple static application, and we not use a compressed application, because that is not a developer related project. That's a cloud and DevOps and DevSecOps related project, and we can use sync or any tool. So on a cube. Your preference, you can do
Yeah.
anything, but there are so many difference SonarQube and Sync, because SonarQube mainly used for quality scan and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Sync used for DevSecOps and security related stuff. Okay, pa, so do you?
Okay, so the Sninga has been successful just because that Lasada has explained everything, and the build also is getting in progress, and to also eventually will get success. You might get this is failed. What you need to do, just click on retry stage, because sometimes the build process will get failed 2 to 3 times. Once you click on retry stage, it will automatically get success. So now we have created the ECS cluster as well, and let's see what is the next step. Once the cluster has been created, we need to create a task definition. To do that, what you need to click on task definition from the ECS cluster page or the dashboard that we were before, and click on create new task definition. So here we need to enter the task definition name, whatever the name you wanted to. I just written task definition itself. And here also we are selecting AWS Fargate because in the ECS we have selected Fargate itself, right? Then as we are here for the learning purpose, we don't want to use the maximum, or like we just want go with the minimum task size available, which is zero point 0.5 CPU and 1 GB of RAM or the memory. And the task role, I'm going to select here as ECS task execution role. If this role is not available, don't worry, you can click, you will get an option to see create new role for this task. You can select that. And here the container details. The name that should be your ECR registry name. So that is DevOps ECR that we have given. I'm going to copy it and paste it over here. And here I need to add the latest image. So let's wait for the stage get completed. To get that, it is keep on getting this error. To get the image, you can see it from here. You can copy that image. You can see the copy URI, right? So what you need to do, paste it over here and make sure this latest tag should be there. So whenever if you create new build image, so the build project is going to create a new image that is going to upload it with this tag in our ECR registry. And the port number, our container is running port 5000. So instead of 80, I just go ahead and mention here as 5000. But make sure the security group that you have selected also have the inbound role as added for the container port 5000. Then that's it. Then you can click on create. But before that, let's wait to complete this pipeline. Okay, now the
Yeah,
pipeline
boss.
also got build process also got success. So what I'll do, I'll go to ECR history. You can see one more image got uploaded over here. So I just copy that latest one from here and replace the one which I have. You don't need to basically, but for the safer side, I'm doing it because wait.
Yes, Pavas. No issue. You can put.
So here, what you need to do, here you can,
You remove this tag and put latest. That's enough.
yeah.
Okay.
Correct. So whenever if you copy and paste it, let's make sure that after the repository name, if you are seeing some other code, replace that with latest. So you will not face any error while deploying the stage or while we are deploying our code. So that's it and click on create and the task definition will get created. Once the task definition has been created, the next step is we need to create a service. So you can expand this or drop down this deploy and here itself you can see create service option. Click on that. Then I'm going to select my cluster which I have created few minutes ago. Then here I am going to select the launch type and here also you need to select Fargate. By default it goes selected Fargate and if it is selected different thing then you have to change that here to Fargate. And you can see the platform version which is latest and the service application name is service. Then the service name you can give any name. So I'm going to give here it as SV1 and we only need one task as of now. Expand this deployment failure detection and enable or disable that because we don't need the circuit breaker. So we are going to disable that. And networking, under networking, you have to select the security group. If make sure that this security group has the inbound role port 5000 should be allowed. If it is not, you can create a new security group from here and add that port. In this security group, I have already added that port, so I'm not going to replace that. So that's it, and click on create once again. Sorry, click on create to create the service. So creating services will get take some time. That also you can see the process from the cloud formation. And what you need to do, like once the service has been created, you can also see one task also will get created. When we open the task, we can see the public IP. Then we open that IP, we will be able to see our application is running through this container. So let's wait for some time. As you see right now, it is pending and the service is also not get created or service is created and the task is pending. So let's wait for until it is running stage. Let's see what is the next step that we need to do once the service has been successfully completed. So this is what we will be doing. So each and every steps in detail, if you go to our GitHub repository, you can easily get all the steps. Now, if you are getting any error, we have mentioned that why you are getting such error also. And the last step that we need to do, our adding the deployment stage. So we have to wait for some time until our service and the task is getting created. So let's refresh this page. Meanwhile, Rasunda, if you wanted to add anything, you can add it over here.
Okay, Pavas. Pavas, can you show how to add inbound role in EC2 instance? Because some person sometimes having issue how to add this inbound role to whatever security group in EC2. Go
Mm,
to EC2
mm, mm,
service
mm.
and show this one how to add inbound role.
That is great. I thought of doing that, but I almost forgot. Thank you so much for reminding.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, so you have selected the, if you already have an existing security group, you can select that as well. But the only thing you need to do, go to your EC2 instance console, and in the left-hand side, you can see under network and security, see the security group. So click on that security group and make sure or copy your security group ID or remember the name of your security group name. So this is my security group name. So I'm going to select this and you can see port 5000 has been added. If you don't have this, if you are not able to see this port 5000 has been added, what you can do right now, I am in that security group and inbound rule tab. Click on edit inbound rule. Then you need to click on add role. From here, just leave that as default. And here you need to mention port 5000 and custom you can drop down and select anywhere from the IP version 4. For the description, for you wanted to remember, just give any description. I'm not going to do that because I have already added that. Once that has been added, click on save rules. That's it. You will be. That's all we need to do in the security group side. So let's see what happened to our task right now. It is in provisioning stage and it is pending. The reset status should be running. So we have to wait for a few seconds or few minutes. Then we will add our deployment stage and we will access our website from this ECS container. So if you guys have any doubts or if you wanted to add new tasks or if you have guys any idea, we can come up with new videos, adding new things. You can put it in the comment section and we are happy to come with new video. So we wanted to let just you guys know.
Okay, Pavas. Hello. Yeah,
Yep.
Pavas, can you
Yes,
try
yes.
to access that one? I think now created that one already. Can you open tasks and try to access using public IP?
Let's see anyway.
Yeah,
Okay, so
public
what you need to do,
IP.
open the task and click on copy public IP and open it in new tab, paste there and use colon, then add that port number, which is 5000. I think we have to wait for some time. It got stopped for some reason. and it is deprovisioning it once again.
Yeah, that one again provisioning.
Yes,
Sometimes this
sometimes it
error
will take.
take time and some
Mhm.
issue happening. It's good practice to use
Yeah.
same name in AWS ECR and sometime in ECS task definition use same name,
Mm-mm.
and you can minimize the errors. I think so, but that are not so working because behind the scene this is called scanning or something inside the ECR also ECS also AWS run some security service. That's the reason this powers disable this circuit breaker pattern like this.
Correct. Anyway, let's wait until it get success.
Okay, powers, no issue, that
So
run,
the next step that
behind the scene
yeah.
running. You can add this
Mm,
deployment stage also. That's no issue. We mainly
yeah.
focus on this not deployment part. We need to show the this DevSecOps pipeline and how to integrate sync service inside the code pipeline. That's the main use case. That's no
Correct.
issue, pass. That takes some time. You can do it at the stage into code pipeline. No issue.
Yeah. Okay. That's great. So what I will do right now, I will go to add the new stage for our deployment. What I also do, I will remove this sning scan because you already got an idea why we use sning and what and all things that we can use to use for sning. Why I'm removing it for now? Because again, if I create pipeline, the sning scan will take another few minutes, which we don't want to waste your time. So you can, when you are practicing, you can keep that and you have to wait for that. So what I will do, okay, what did I click? Yeah, so here I am. I am going to click on edit stage and just delete this one. Then we have right now only two stages. One is source, another one is build, and I am going to add one more stage, which is going to be deploy. So click on add stage, click on add action group, and just a deployment or whatever the name you wanted to. Then the action provider is going to be the ECS. Then we have to select the artifact, which is our build artifact. And the cluster name, it will automatically show the cluster name and the service name also. And this image definition file, you have to add this. Why we are adding this is because in the build secops YAML file, as we have already seen, image definition.json. This is what we have mentioned in the build spec.yaml. So that is the reason we are adding it over here. So that's it. Then you can click on done. Let's go ahead and see what is happening into our task. It is running right now. So I'll open the task and copy the public IP, then open it in a new tab and add the port number. Then hopefully you'll be able to see our DevSecOps project. This is what we have added in the code. So where we have that. So if you go to, okay, let's show you where you can see the DevSecOps project that I have written. I'll just change that into different things so that when we deploy the stage, we want to confirm the deployment stage is also working or not, right? So if
The
you go
beauty
to
of CI/CD is
buildspec.yaml file,
Yeah, Pavas. I want
Sorry.
to explain
Yeah,
one
go ahead.
thing. The beauty, okay.
Yeah.
The beauty of CI/CD is after we configure CI/CD pipeline, developer push any code to code repository automatically behind the scene. This pipeline is triggering. Example: now Power's going to change this app.py. App.py means the main file in Python class uh, project. He going to change to DevSecOps project as the DevSecOps project version or no whatever name, and after that this one automatically deploy to behind the scene AWS code pipeline run and deploy to ECS cluster also. After that, inside the ECS, we can check new task running. After that, we copy this new public IP. We can show this new version. That's the thing we need to explain. Also, you can integrate some load balancing, auto scaling group, and provide some buy some domain name for your project and integrate this domain name to Route 53 and connect with inside the load balancing. We can put this domain name and get AWS load balancer provide domain name, and we can do it project like live project and real time project like this also. That's the demo purpose. No issue. You can do use that one. Okay, pause over to you. You can start do
Yes,
it.
yeah. So he has explained everything. So what we do is right now we are into the app.py and I just changed the header instead of DevSecOps project. I have added DevSecOps project completed successfully, and I'm going to commit that changes over here. And what we need to do, we have added the stage here. So I need to click on done, then click on save. Then it will that once the deployment has been successfully completed, then we will be able to see instead of DevSecOps project, we will be able to see DevSecOps project completed successfully. So I'm going to my code pipeline and click on, yeah, it is automatically, yes, you see, taking that changes. So we have to wait for the pipeline completed. Now the bill, I have removed the Sning scan as I already told you because as we are already, I think, I don't know how much time we are into. We don't want to lengthen our video. But when you are practicing, don't remove that Sning scan. Keep that Sning scan stage also over here, and you should be having 4 stages in total.
Okay, Pavas. Meantime, Pavas pipeline is creating. I will show again the our architecture diagram and show what are the thing Pavas completed or what are the thing you can add in future or something. Pavas, can you give me
Yeah,
present my
sure.
screen?
I'll stop my sharing. You can present.
Okay, okay, Pavas. Okay, Pavas. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, your skin is visible.
Yeah, yeah. That is the architecture diagram. Now Pavas, everything is completed. He deploy everything is completed. The pending thing is Pavas need to get ECS new task public IP and show you to this new version of application now successfully deployed. That the reason Power say that that's automatically developer push the code to code commit that behind the scene automatically this pipeline triggering and do everything. But inside the real world project, not good to automate in production servers. Behind the scene, we put some manual approval for code review and manual approval. This the version our developer version, and we need to check this developer version. After that, we deploy to production cluster like this. The good practice use some developer our developer cluster and production cluster or whatever. You can do use anything, and this project not take too much money, but after the your demos demonstrate or practice this good practice to remove everything. You create whatever service, try to remove it. Otherwise, this AWS cost you your money. And uh, I need to explain something in consider to sync. Sync, you can use some pre-version, because in ourselves also we use pre-version. You can use pre-sync pre-version. Also, you can use AWS pretty account, because AWS provide 1 year access and given some permission, some AWS services access, given some, there are some limitation. Example, Power say that in Power's account, this AWS cloud event some limitation. Powers use this full event limitation, that the reason he used this code pipeline action. This inside the code pipeline there are two options, is cloud event and code pipeline. Powers use code pipeline because Powers AWS cloud events it's reason. That's the reason. You can use after this demonstration, we'll put the link also how to create AWS Pretty account. I'll put the link in the description section. That's all our project. Powers, over to you, explain pending things.
Okay, that is a very good detail that Lasantha has explained right now. So make sure that whatever the things that you have created, you should be deleted if you are using it for your learning purpose. If you don't want to end up with having more AWS billing. So whatever things that you have completed successfully, you can go ahead and delete it from the console itself, which is also won't take that much time. So Lasantha, I have just shared my screen and yeah. So right now
Yeah,
I'm
accessible.
waiting to the deployment stage also get completed. Once the deployment has been yeah. So once the deployment stage has been completed, we need to go to our task definition and it will create a new task. So our IP will change. So we have to copy that IP and open it in a new tab and we will be able to see the new version of application, what are the changes we had made. So I'm waiting for some time. The deployment stage also will take some time. It is almost a minute ago. Just wait for a few more minutes. Then instead of DevSecOps project, we will be able to see DevSecOps project completed successfully. So meanwhile, what I can do is, as Listen has explained, that you can get an AWS account for free. You get 1 year free tier access, not entire services, but almost the core concepts of services that you can get for free in order to do more hands-on, which is a good practice. You create an account and do the hands-on. That's how you learn rather than reading and watching videos. Just do it from your end and try, fail, then do it again. So that's how you can grow. What you can do, go to Google and just say AWS and search it over here, and it will show the official site of AWS. You only need a debit or credit card for the confirmation or the verification purpose. They will deduct you ₹2 from your account, and at the same time, they will be refunding that amount to your account. So creating an account is absolutely free, but only thing you should have your credit or debit card. So once you are into this page, click on create a free tier account and enter the details, your name, email address, and your address, all the details, what and all the things that you wanted to add. So we are not for your business, you can say for your personal. So okay, I have already created an account. That is the reason it got logged into that page. But if you have not created an account, it is going to ask you to enter your details like your name and all the details. So once your AWS has been created, you can use all the services uh, by watching any tutorial. So I'm into my code pipeline again, and the deployment stage is also successful, as you can see. What I need to do right now, I will go to my tasks. So of course, the task has been changed. So open that task. It got created a new task and the public IP also changed. So earlier our public IP is this one, 44.212, this one, right? So right now the public IP is this one. So what I will do, I will open a new tab and add that port number. And you can see instead of DevSecOps project, the minor version, what and all the things that we have updated also got updated. So that's all about this project. And make sure that once you completed this project, you have to delete entire thing because ECS is going to cost a lot if you forget to delete. And other few services also might be there won't be any charges. Code commit if you keep also there won't be any charges, but it is always best practice to delete. So Lasantha, for the conclusion part, over to you. I am going to stop my screen. Lasantha.
Hello. Yes, Pavas. It's a good presentation and demonstration. It's a cool because at the time you demonstrate anything, you can get some errors, and that's the thing behind the scene learning new thing. Because if you not get any errors means you are not, I think so, not success, because errors get means you learn everything, because you can learn how to fix these errors like this. And I will share my screen. Okay, Pavas. Pavas, can you see my screen?
Yes, Lasantha, I can see.
Oh, okay, cool. Another thing need to talk. If you have any doubt, you can connect with us on LinkedIn. We are active on LinkedIn. You can scan this QR code. You can uh, redirect to our personal pages, websites. In my one is scan code QR, and in for powers scan this QR code. Also, we after the this demonstration, we put in the video to YouTube, and also in the description section we put every links, example of GitHub repository, how to create sync account, what is the URL for redirect sync page, and also at how to create AWS account, and what is the URL for access AWS free tier, like this everything we put forward. Over to you, explain anything.
No, Lasantha, I have explained everything, and thank you so much, audience, for your patience for waiting till here to watch this completely. So, as Lasantha has mentioned, you can connect with us on LinkedIn all the time. We are available. So, any doubt, just put it in the comment section. Also, if you wanted to get some anything, just put a message into our LinkedIn. So, see you until
Yeah,
our
yeah,
new big project also coming.
yeah. Until meet again, thank you very much for listening our project, and try to do it, and you can learn so many things. Thanks, Pawan, and uh, thank you very much.
Thank you all.